Kisses, misses. It's your manifestation bestie, the Law of Assumption princess, and let's do a little Law of Assumption 101. So a question I get asked quite often is, how can I know that I have good self-concept? And I'm going to be 100% honest. If your self-concept was where it was supposed to be, you wouldn't be asking anyone that question because you would know it for yourself. So first things first, you know that your self-concept is where it needs to be because the only person that you look to for answers, validation, anything of the sort is self. You're always being self-referential. Like I tell people all the time, the concept of this law isn't even about anything outside of you because essentially everything is you and there's nothing to fix out here. Everything is going within. When you're using yourself as a reference versus a 3D circumstance, or versus needing someone to do a certain thing or act a certain way for you to have the permission to feel like you matter, feel like you're loved, wanted, cared for, etc., that is a sign of good self-concept. Another sign of great self-concept is not feeling the need to compare yourself to anyone because you understand that the concept of comparison, like many other things, is a man-made falsified lie. There is no one to compare yourself to, not even past versions of yourself. Like, you as you are right now, whatever state you may be in, even if you're upset. If you can consistently get to the point where you are viewing yourself as number one, as important, as perfect, and as something that no one can knock off the pedestal, you have a good self-concept. Another sign of great self-concept is how you are perceiving your circumstances. Always pay attention to what you're describing things as. How are you telling yourself the events unfolded? What is the meaning that you are assigning to things, even if they're not your favorite things? I always tell people, Law of Assumption is not about convincing yourself that you have to be in love with unpleasant circumstances, but it is being aware about how much you value yourself. How much you value yourself is based off of how you are describing your circumstances. What are you narrating your life as? Are you just a victim? Are you continuously getting kicked down and thrown in the mud? Or are you in control of your ship? Are you calling the shots? If you're calling the shots and deciding that this means something better, even if it's not something that you necessarily loved and wanted to experience, that is a sign of high self-concept. Last but not least, I feel like this kind of goes without saying, your self-talk, your inner dialogue, your inner conversations. How do you speak to yourself throughout the day? What are you consistently telling yourself throughout your day-to-day life? Are you speaking to yourself with love? Are you being patient with yourself? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you loving yourself through what you are deciding is true for you? That's all I have for you guys today. Follow me for more Law of Assumption 101.